Hey guys, so today I want to talk about what I think is going to be one of the most powerful league starters in the Last of the Druids update, which is going to be the Spiral Volley Poison Pathfinder. Now, this was a build that I've been making for the past couple leagues in 0.2 and 0.3. In 0.2, it was a Deadeye. Last league, it was a Pathfinder. And this league, I think it's going to be a Pathfinder as well. Now, this build is so good because it is a perfect league starter. It pretty much requires very, very little to none investment, and it performs extremely well. So this character is a non-crit based character. This is just a pure physical damage character. You can do elemental if you want. I will have a guide for both of those, but in my opinion, the physical damage one is going to be a little bit easier, a little bit better to work off of, but both are just as viable and just as good. Now, last league, I played this with Constricting Command, and this league, I am also going to be playing it with Constricting Command. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, well, Constricting Command got nerfed, but the thing is, the Spiral Volley character is very much a mid to close range character most of the time, so you're going to actually benefit from the surrounded by one enemy type of situation almost all the time. As long as there's an enemy in front of you, right next to you, you're going to be benefiting from it, and this character is going to be getting close and comfortable a lot of times. So that's why the Constricting Command Viper Cap is actually still very good, and it's going to be something that we'll be using in this build. The positive part is that because I think a lot of people are probably downplaying it and also like, oh, it's not very good anymore because that nerfed. Well, if the captain get nerfed, Surround did. A lot of people are not going to use it, and as a result, it's going to be pretty cheap in the market from what I can tell. But you are going to be able to take advantage of it and still get the same amount of damage, the same amount of advantages that you get from Defy, being lucky, and all of that. It's going to be a very, very good, cheap, and great bang for your buck option for a build like this. Now, I have a Headhunter on here just because it's for comfort, right? You don't need Headhunter. I'm going to have like all the items and guides in the, items in the guide from Mobalytics guide that I'm going to link in the description below. But yeah. You can see here, it's not using anything crazy. This is just a random bow that you could craft pretty dang easily for very cheap. This is going to be a very cheap helmet. Kadiro's Gambit is surprisingly a cheap quiver when you get past like the first week, I guess. But until then, you can just use a random rare quiver. And to be honest, for single target, the rare quiver is probably going to be better. And I use Serpent's Egg in this build just to make the frenzy charge generation a lot more comfortable. You can choose to use a rare amulet as well. That's up to you. Both are just fine and viable. But overall, it's a very, very cheap, very, very self-sustaining build because of the fact that we use Spiral Volley. Spiral Volley is an ability that basically just scales off its own because it consumes frenzy charges to do more damage. The build that we're going to have for the new league is going to have 7 frenzy charges, so you're just going to be doing a lot of damage just by running this skill. Now, the nice part about the poison variant, which is what I run, is that it allows you to break armor with corrosion, which breaks armor very, very well and is very low investment costs. If you want to go for a more physical build, like a bleed variant, you're going to have to invest a lot into damage to be able to make break the armor consistently, which is why I really like this variant. That is the poison variant. It also has a little bit better AoE too with Herald of Plague. I'm not running it right now, but the build will, which will help with spreading the poisons and dealing more damage and clearing a bigger AoE as well. Last season for single target, we used Acidic Concoction, but unfortunately that bug, I guess, got nerfed / fixed. So this league, we're going to be using Toxic Growth and Gas Arrow. I have a very, very rudimentary setup right now because I didn't want to go and buy support gems and stuff like that. And I was too lazy to put it in. But I'm going to go and demonstrate to you guys what this build looks like in maps because it is very potent for the amount of investment that you have. And this is basically going to let you do all the content in the game without much issue at all. So let's just jump right into it. This is a tier 15 full mods, everything delirious. Let's just hop in here and I'll show you how it looks. It's gonna be very, very efficient. And again, this is probably gear that you're gonna be able to get within the first week pretty dang easily with a little bit of crafting and not much funding really. Like, look at this. It just absolutely clears the entire screen extremally easy and very effortlessly just walks around, boom, one button kills everything, right? Even killed that what should I call it, Kosis so easily. Kosis or whatever his name is. this is just a very, very good, very, very efficient, fast, easy build that I would recommend for every league start. I mean, to be honest, right? I haven't been league starting the build itself really, because I've usually been playing like a new character every league, like the new class. But in reality, the new class wasn't really the one that I gained most of my money off of. It really is usually this Spiral Volley character. So this ends up being just very good, very efficient, very fast, very cheap. Yeah, I don't know. There's not really too much to say about this, other than the fact that I currently don't have the guide fully up to date yet. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's very last minute, but I guarantee you, trust me, I promise you, I will have the guide up to date all the way up to the end game by the time that the league starts. So again, very, very good, very, very efficient, very, very cheap. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, right? You guys are like, oh, Fubgun's playing a Poison Pathfinder. The equipment's going to be extremely expensive. Well, luckily, that's not the case, because if you look at Fubgun's build, one, he's going crit-based, right? And we are not going crit-based. So that already makes it so that the weapon itself does not overlap at all with what he's doing. The second thing is that if you look at his build, his endgame build, he is using Plague Fingers, which means that he is going to be taking advantage of elemental damage as a good portion of his damage, which we are, as I mentioned earlier, mostly going to be physical, unless you play the elemental variant, but that's up to you. So we're not going to be overlapping there either. Now for Jules, there might be a little bit of overlap, but I would assume that in his build, he's probably using crit chance, crit damage Jules, maybe a little bit of poison stuff, but it's probably going to be crit chance, crit damage in combination with poison. So because we are not going crit, again, it makes this build just so cheap, so efficient, just pretty much does all the content without worry. So yeah. All right, so here I am in Zesht. I wanted to showcase what it looks like in a tier 3 pinnacle boss situation, but sadly I don't have like the best gear. Like, again, I would have loved to have had a +2 amulet here. I would love to have had a physical quiver, but you know what? This is a very good demonstration potentially of like what you would look like as a league starter without much funding. So it's kind of an accurate representation in a way of what you might look like without much gear. But yeah, it's probably going to take a little bit longer than what you would probably like for a, I don't know, T3 Pinnacle boss clear. You're going to have to do some of the mechs, which is going to happen, especially when you're doing a league starter. But it shouldn't be that bad. Oh, I didn't put Defy on my Vine Arrow. That's why it was like, no mana. I was complaining. But yeah. Just keep going, keep shooting the Vine Arrow, or keep shooting the, I'm gonna have to like every now and then click the mana potion for the freaking Vine Arrow, unfortunately. But yeah. Okay, almost dead. Oh, I got frozen there. Oh, Lord. Hopefully that doesn't kill me. Good, that did not kill me. And he is about to die. And he's dead. Oh, see? It wasn't the fastest thing in the world, but again, our equipment is kind of suboptimal. But you can see it's not that bad at killing these bosses. You just got to do a couple of mechanics, but that's to be expected with a lot of like kind of league starters when you don't have that much gear. So yeah. So here's the guide, the 0.4 League Star Poison Spiral Volley Pathfinder. As you say here, it says it's in the process of being updated for 0.4. All the campaign is up to date though. By the time you guys are using this, this will all be up to date. But this is going to be a comprehensive guide with guides on like equipment, what you want to use as you're leveling up, and you know, all the way till like end game and stuff like that. This equipment is just the stuff that I had from last league, so you can ignore this for now. But it's going to have like, you know, information for, you know, what gems you should be using Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 to interludes, basically giving you a full guide on like everything that you need to do to take this character from basically 0 to hero, with, you know, guides on the tree as well, what nodes you should take, and all the nuance of like how to play the class is going to be on this as well. So it's going to be a fully fledged league starter guide for anybody who, may be coming in that is brand new or just wants a full hand holding guide. This guide will be there for you to take you from 0 to hero. So yeah, this guide, this build is going to be great for league starts. I would presume and feel like it's going to be one of the best league starters out there. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this build as well. But that's about it, guys. Again, I'll be streaming all day tomorrow on twitch.tv/misoxshiru, though I will not be playing this build. This is not my starter, but I honestly think this is probably going to be better than whatever I choose to be as my starter. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Check out the guide, Mobalytics. It is linked in the description and the pinned comment, and I will see y'all later. Peace out.